Coach Edwards, final week of the season. Can you believe it's already here?
Yeah, uh, but it's been a fun roller coaster. Starting out 6-0 and then having a little losing spell, but always battling back after everything.
You guys are coming off a 4-3 win, big win against Gonzaga for this program and kind of where it's been. Hadn't won on the road for a while in the West Coast Conference. Just talk a little bit about, the feeling of winning that game at Gonzaga.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of character to lose your last four conference games and then go down 0-2 at halftime and have every reason to quit and then score 3 goals in the first 20 minutes of the second half to go back up, think you have the game won, to get it tied, to think you want to quit again, to go back and winning it again. It takes a lot of character to do that, and this team's always fought back when things have gotten tough.
Jordan Murata, co-player of the week this week in the West Coast Conference. She had a piece of every goal that you guys scored against Gonzaga, 2 assists, 2 goals scored. Can you just talk about her play in that game and just how involved she was in everything?
Yeah, to be honest, she had an awful first half, and we kind of talked to her at halftime, and I was like, you can't have regrets after a game, and she just said she was frustrated and stuff like that, so she kind of relaxed and went back to just playing the game and came out with a great production. So it's hard to get, 2 goals, 2 assists in a game. To do it in pretty much a half and overtime is even more difficult.
In your 2 years at St. Mary's, you've kind of been known for your, celebratory dances. How excited were you after you guys scored that game-winning goal?
Well, there's some high stepping. There's some. I'm pretty sure it was a 4-4-40 time that I made it. Pretty sure I beat every single player off the bench to the dog pile. Jumped up and down, waved my hands, all the good stuff. But you have to. Jerry Smith said it great last week. He said it's difficult for someone to win on the road in the WCC. So to go up there and do that, that's a big thing.
Coming up this weekend, you got a big game against Portland, ranked second in the country. But prior to that, you got 4 seniors that are playing their last game. Just talk a little bit about the seniors, maybe one at a time, a little bit. Just kind of what their contributions have meant to the team over their careers at St. Mary's.
Yeah, it's a different senior class because not all of them started school here. Alyssa Doniak's a kid I've known. She was actually one of my interns at UC Santa Barbara, and she did club for 4 years at Santa Barbara. And for her to take the chance and come play 1 year of Division I soccer, that was risky for her. And I think she did the most with it. And she's the mom figure, and she helps us have an older player in the locker room. And she's done a lot with energy, very infectious. When she's in a room, so she's helped with that. Sarah Peters is a kid I've seen play since she was 12. Where she played club, I was at college, so I've seen her for a long time. Her maturity in games, I think she started 60 some odd games at Davis, so her maturity and her ball striking calmed our back line down a lot, and she's a kid where you have to score to beat her. She's not going to beat herself, which allows us to play in a lot of games. But she's been great too, just making sure people understand what to do, when, and next. Very smart kid. And then Carolyn Shevlin, I've seen her forever. We recruited her to UC Santa Barbara. She went to Long Beach State, and we didn't know what we were going to get. And to be honest, she has a twin sister. I didn't even know which sister it was when we were recruiting her until she came here. But she's been awesome. She started every single game that in her career that, minus the 4 games or 3 games when she was hurt with a broken hand. She's been an absolute rock. Her and Ashley Soro are the only 2 that have started every game since I've been here. So she's been awesome, and same thing, an older player, a very heady, savvy kid, technically special, and international experience playing with the Peru national team. So she's been great. And then Alex is, I think she came in a class of 8 people, and she's the only person who made it all 4 years. So, she's a fun character and a person who has been knocked down and gets back up and has had all the adversity in the world, and all she keeps doing is fighting back. And now she becomes one of our most consistent performers, one of the most dangerous players on our team and in the conference out on the wing. I think she's 2nd or 3rd in the conference in assists. So to see that kid grow and mature just in the last 2 years, she jokes about us all the time, asking for a 5th year, to redshirt. And we told her to go on, and and all 4 of them are going to have the opportunity to play professional soccer. In Holland, which is nice. So it's a very special class, and we're happy we had them.
So we get all the celebratory stuff done before the start of the game on Saturday.
Can't wait.
And then after that, you've got Portland to follow. Just your thoughts on, last game of the season, Portland, the number 2 team in the country. Just your thoughts on that game.
Yeah, Portland's pretty good. They're not bad. And right now they're trying to set the record that was set in 1998 by Santa Clara of going the whole conference without giving up a goal. Last year they gave up 1 goal, and yeah, I think that was us. Yep. So I think they're probably a little upset about that. But yeah, our goal isn't just to score a goal this weekend; it's to win the game. I mean, we're going to play to win. We've played Stanford tough here. We've beat Texas. We've beat San Diego here. We've beat nationally ranked teams and played with nationally ranked teams close enough to give ourselves a chance to win. So we're not going to sit in and let them get 700 shots off, which they might anyway. I mean, they're good. But we're going to try to get in another shootout. We're not going to try to beat them 1-0, score a goal, and hold on. Mm-hmm. 5-4 is perfectly fine by me this weekend. Be great to score 4 or be on the 5, but we'll see.
You do see that quite a bit when you have a team with Portland's reputation, that teams will sit back and try to defend them and not let them score. Definitely not your philosophy.
No. I think it's one of the strengths of our team also is they know every single day what we're going to say to them, and that's go for the game. They're not, shocked or they're not waiting for us to walk in and say, okay, today we're going to sit back and hope they don't beat us by a lot. Like, our kids know, the coaches have given them the confidence that every game we're going to go after a team and go after a win. So, and I think that allows our kids to calm down and know, hey, Portland is like any other team. They just do it a lot faster than everyone else. But we're going to play them the same way we went after Gonzaga, the same way we went after Cal. It's all the same.
Kai, good luck on Saturday. Last game of the 2010 season for St. Mary's Women's Soccer. Good luck.
Thanks. Go Gaels.